That's one of the things that a lot of people feel are missing. They don't feel like they've gotten to decide. They were kind of told the first thing you do is this school, and then you go on to this school, and then you get this kind of job that will pay you this kind of money so you can live in this kind of house. Whereas no one ever really says to people on a regular basis, what do you want? How do you want to get there? What's it going to look like? And why is that important to you? We're here at the MSU Student Organic Farm to check out the edible forest garden. So this was started by a graduate student 18 years ago. Permaculture is having perennial crops grown in guilds. So taking maybe a fruit tree like an Asian pear or a pawpaw and growing flowering plants to bring in beneficial insects, growing small fruits like these black currants, and then integrating that all together so you're maximizing the use of light and soil resources. A lot of these plants can't be seen in other places. The hands-on skills of pruning and harvesting and managing a space like this is really unique. You can see they've got some of their catkins, and then there's some small nuts just starting to form. We've got motherwort growing here, an important medicinal plant. So that's kind of the understory. The blackberries are really thriving this year. You have to be careful because they have very, very sharp thorns. This is an Asian pear, and the Asian pears are really stars in the edible forest garden. They have kind of a thicker skin. They're a crunchier pear if you haven't had them. And the insect pests can't get their little straw feeding parts through it. And so they're kind of protected naturally without us spraying. This whole edible forest garden is never sprayed. It's really not at a scale that it would economically make sense. And it's kind of beautiful to just see the ecology happen. Look at this one's fully in flower. That other tree is done flowering. And this is the American persimmon. You've probably seen, I think they're Chinese persimmons in the store. They look like a tomato-sized thing. These are a little smaller. This space is really a vital and important part that can inspire students to new perspectives on ecological growing. We've really managed the edible forest garden in a pretty hands-off way. We use it more as an educational space than a production space. Our hoop houses, our fields are more where we're growing vegetables that we sell into the dining halls and to our CSA, our community supported agriculture members.
We are standing in one of our houses right now. This is house 2, and it's been our early season salad greens house. And our farm is a teaching and learning farm for MSU students in the MSU community. So this summer we have 8 students that are working with us, and they are doing the planting, the harvesting, weeding, all the prep for our CSA, wholesale outlets, and just all the upkeep that goes with running an organic farm. I got started in farming after I graduated college. So I went through MSU Tollgate Farm's Beginner Farmer Apprenticeship Program. And basically I was the labor and a learner for an entire season at their farm. And hello, trout. So I was a learner and a farmer for a season at Tollgate. And so I learned through actually doing and growing. I stayed for the next 5 years in different capacities before ending up at the Student Organic Farm. I love my work. I love growing things. So like a huge passion of mine is production agriculture, but I also love sharing that with people, particularly in an educational setting. So being able to not only grow things, but also interact with our students and community members and even our CSA members really fills my cup.
I spent 12 years as a farmer and 5 years as a farm worker before that, and I was always outside. Nowadays, doing farmer education, I'm mostly working with the growth of people to see people be able to start out with their values and goals and then be able to come out of organic farmer training program with an attainable vision. Maybe it's a farm business plan, maybe it's a community farm plan. for something like a nonprofit or a schoolyard garden, but to know where they want to take that is really beautiful. So the Organic Farmer Training Program, it has been happening here at the Student Organic Farm for about 13 years now. This year, our format is that we have 2 hands-on learning sites. One is here at the MSU Student Organic Farm in East Lansing, and one is at Keep Growing Detroit in Detroit. About half of the days are online, so we have both groups together learning, and that's really interactive. It's very much focused on how can people learn from each other. People discuss what are my values and goals and how am I going to incorporate them on my farm? Or what is my soil texture like? And what does that mean in terms of me wanting to convert to no-till production, for example? We bring in a lot of guest speakers as well, mostly farmers. The other part of the class is that we do field trips. We're able to visit over 20 farms a year. And that, again, is with both cohorts together, the East Lansing folks and the Detroit folks. In Detroit, Traverse City area, Lansing, Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, and then the Battle Creek, Kalamazoo area for those trips. That's the Organic Farmer Training Program. I like to say it's a good opportunity for people to make their farm dreams a reality.